Have you done a reflection of your 2024? Hey everyone, Willie Miranda with the Ultimate Real Estate Success Blueprint here at my home office down here in Florida. One more day here, New Year's Eve, getting ready to go into the new year. And I wanted to share with you a concept and an actual tool that we use at today's training with my agents. And I do this every year. I've been probably doing it for the last 15 years. And it really gives me a good feel for where we are today and where we're going into the future. And we call it a reflection planning tool. Basically, what it is really taking a look at what went really good in 2024, so that you can do some keep starts and stops going into 2025. I do this twice a year with my own team, with our staff. We get together, we put on the big rocks, what we want to accomplish for the next coming year, and then we evaluate it 6 months in. We take a look at what's working, what's not working, what we need to change, and then we can evaluate going into to the end of the year. So we just wrapped up that planning a couple of weeks ago, and I just shared that with my team. So I thought it'd be a great idea to share with you guys to go over this tool. So I wanted to share with you what that actual tool is. I'll bring it up here on the screen here. And basically, it's a year-end business reflection tool, right, for 24, 25. And the first question you need to ask yourself is, what were your bright spots in 2024, right? Like, what were the really good things that you did in your real estate business? Was it a certain production level? Was it a certain transaction level? Did you have a certain number of people in your database that you wanted to reach? Whatever that may be, write it down. And it could be as little as 2 or 3, or it could be as much as 5 or 6. It could even be 10 of them, whatever that is. But what were the biggest bright spots? I would say, narrow it down to your top 3 or 4 that you really were proud of for 2024. And then from there, the second question, what was your biggest business disappointments in 2024? Right? Was it your conversion rate? Was it that you didn't get to something that you should have, that you wanted to work on? Maybe it was a marketing plan that you didn't put together, or maybe it was, financially you weren't at a certain profit level that you wanted to be at. But whatever that is, go ahead and list that in there for 2024. So now what you're doing is you're taking that reflection, you're taking a look at what 2024 was, right, to what level you were at, and then you move it into 2025. Where are you going in 2025? So the first thing you want to write down is, what are those things that you want to keep doing in 2025? Things that really work well for you in your business in 2024 that you want to keep doing in 2025. What are you going to stop doing in 2025? These are things that, again, just didn't work for you, whether maybe it was a certain marketing campaign that you did, maybe it was a postcard, a geographic farm campaign that didn't work well for you. Maybe it was an online marketing platform that you bought, or maybe it was some leads that you bought that just didn't work for you. Whatever that is, what are you going to stop doing in 2025? And then the last piece on here, what are you going to start doing? Like, what are you going to actually start implementing going into 2025 based on what you know now? Maybe it was something you didn't implement last year that you didn't get to. Maybe it's something that you saw another agent or someone else in the business take advantage of and do very well with. An example I shared was that, doing weekly emails. We had a lot of success this year from a lot of our agents doing a weekly email to their client database every week. Well, maybe that's something that you thought about, you heard about, you thought was a great idea, but you never implemented it, right? So you want to start doing that in 2025. So these are the things that, again, if you think about a business, and any business has the same 3-legged stool, what I'm going to talk about here is that in any business, it's a 3-legged stool, meaning you have your sales and marketing as one leg. The second leg is going to be operations. And then the third leg is going to be financial, right? So take a look at your strategy for what you're doing on your sales and marketing piece, that lead generation pillars, and what you're doing there. Then take a look at your current processes to see what's working, what's not, what you can be more efficient on and effective with. And then take a look at your finances, right? Take a look at the expenses that you paid this past year. What worked for you? What had a great positive return on investment? And if it didn't, what are some things that you can cut out of that financials so that you can net more money at the end of 2025? So that's a recap right there, right? You have your bright spots, you have your biggest business disappointments, and then once you reflect on those, you're going to implement going into 2025 as to what you're going to keep doing, stop doing, and start doing going into 2025. So I hope that tool was helpful. Something that, again, like I said, I use every year, and it's something that we get great feedback for those that actually fill it out. Some people try to do it in their mind. It doesn't work that way. You actually have to physically write it down and put it on paper and review it again and compare it to some of the other goals that you're doing. So I know this is the last day of the year. I want to wish you a happy new year. 2024 was a great year for a lot of agents. I know it was for us. We had a record year in 2024. But going into 2025, the market seems pretty good. They're talking about more sales in 2025. I know 2024, if you guys remember hearing about this, the worst real estate year in 30 years, the worst real estate sales year in 30 years. So that's a big number. So for those of you that had a great year, hats off to you. For some of you that didn't have a great year in 2024, what are you going to do different going into 2025? Maybe it starts off with this planning sheet where you can actually take a look at what worked for you and what didn't work for you and apply it going into the new year. So I hope this information was good for you and that you're able to take a lot of content from it. Scroll down below, leave a comment, and let's go get them this week.